History is written by victors and quat. What horrors are less/not talked about because they were committed by the victors? America had 50 years of cowboy movies and TV shows selling the idea that Native Americans were backward murderous savages who were a plague on civilization and who deserved to be driven out, re-educated/given over to Jesus. Or justly killed. The massacres, Tulsa, Rosewood, Ocoee, or the expulsions like Bruce's Beach and nearby neighborhoods. Some cities in Arkansas. Survivors don't talk about these things, and I wonder if there are more heinous acts than what is known. The laundry list of shit that the wealthy have done to exploit the average worker is fucking obscene. But it's largely been glossed over in recent years by revisionist history and careful omissions. People make exaggerated claims about the victims of communism. But the victims of capitalism are far more plentiful and arguably more tragic. We historians hate that quote. By the way, immediate propaganda is written by the victors. But history is written by the survivors and the diligent. Secrets always come out over time. Especially when more than a handful of people are involved. Rapes by the Union Army during the American Civil War. A friend of mine is a descendant of a 5-year-old girl who was orphaned when they raped and killed her mother and killed her dad when he tried to stop it. I looked into it and sure enough that wasn't the only case at all. The historians are just now starting to write about that. There's a book called I Would Rather Die: Rape in the Civil War. Churchill killed more people in India than Hitler killed Jews. Bengal famine was artificially orchestrated where food was stored or dumped in the ocean than given to starving Indians. Not to mention all the horrors of colonialism. Indigo trades. Jallianwala Bagh massacre. Etc. Boys, be brutally honest. What makes a girl attractive instantly? I scrolled through this whole thing at almost 300 comments and no one said hair. Nicely styled hair of any variety immediately attracts me to anyone regardless of gender. It shows me that you take your appearance seriously and have a sense of personal style. Whenever they listen to the conversation and contribute, there's a thing of waiting for your turn to talk. And then there's actually listening, adding to the conversation. You should never just be waiting to talk. Listening and understanding another person's point is important to me. Attitude. Pretty face. Being bilingual is a bonus that kinda makes her crazy attractive to me. Vulnerability. People are so guarded and closed off. Being able to have an open, genuine interaction with someone who is willing to share who they truly are is wildly attractive. That's what made me fall for my wife so quickly. She was so vulnerable and authentic from the start I couldn't help but fall in love with her. I'm 53 and dated a fair bit over the years, now settled. I'll be honest, there wasn't one thing that connects them all. Some it was their looks. Some their figure or whatever made me think, egads, I'll give it a try. Worst they can do is say no and quat. But, after that initial meeting, it's all about personality. Looks fade with age, but someone who can make your day better and make you laugh is a keeper. Attitude. And I don't mean have a attitude and opos. Just be confident in yourself. The I'm beautiful look is a downer. Being able to look a guy in the eye and talk coherently is sexy as hell. Yes, a nice ass or nice pair is what we see first. But it will only take you so far. I've totally ignored a ditzy tend to talk to a girl who some would consider plain because she could carry on an intelligent conversation and had a good sense of humor. Ladies, how did you make a male platonic friend? My best friend is a male. And we met as flatmates first. We started to hang out a lot. Both at home and outside. And we became best friends pretty quickly. We then tried to date, but after like 4 months into dating we realized that we should probably stay friends, and we are now trying to rebuild our platonic relationship. He will always be my best friend despite having dated him. Even though he technically is my ex and quat. I will always think of him as my BFF before my ex. Same as my female friends. Generally my male friends have something that we really connect over. Music or running or another activity. Or common friends. I have one very close friend who I dated briefly. We got really close and had so many things in common. And while things didn't work out romantically because the attraction wasn't there for him, he's still one of my favorite people in the world. I don't consider him an ex though because we never really got to experience that kind of relationship with each other. But definitely one of my best friends. Obligatory saying this is a male answer. Just throwing out my side of how I made one of my closest friends. Who is a woman. I'd just gone through a roller coaster of emotions with another woman who was just being nice and quat. When I met my now friend. Yes, I was interested in her and wanted something more than just a friendship, as most assume guys do when making female friends. However, after a few months of us just hanging out and participating in our shared hobby, I lost interest that way. Now we are close friends and I can open up to her about things I can't with my guy friends. It has been nothing but a blessing since I met her. To the non-handyman types, how do you feel when having to call a plumber, electrician, etc. for things? Hey, I'm fully capable of all home maintenance and I still sometimes hire people to do it for me. Our time is valuable. If a task is going to cost me 3 to 4 hours of time, and the bill is going to be $300, I just pay the money. Replacing a window is one that I won't hire for. Because the cost is insane to hire someone. Unless it's a big ass window that will require I get the help of more people. Even oil changes. I pay. It's a really easy task. But it's so easy to go to a drive-through. I will say, if a problem arises that I'm not familiar with, and I want to know how to fix it, I'll make a big effort to do it myself first because I value new skills and knowledge. You are not alone, my friend. My dad was an invalid, so I never learned any of that stuff. For home repairs, I bought a home warranty, $500 per year. Best thing I ever did, no matter what breaks in my house. Whether it is a major appliance, or plumbing, or electrical. I just had a bathroom ceiling exhaust fan replaced. I only pay $85 for a repair, no matter how much it actually costs. I get serious peace of mind. For home improvements, I just pay a guy. I very much like having someone else, the guy I hired, having the responsibility of getting it right. The first time. DM me if you want recommendations for warranty companies. I am really happy with the one I have now.